Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, July 9th, 2021. Today we're going to recap Game 2 of the NBA Finals, look ahead to Game 3. Major League Baseball, look back on yesterday's games, look ahead to today's games. WNBA, we'll look ahead to the weekend a little bit. I don't think there was games yesterday. The UEFA Final, tennis, golf, NASCAR, news and notes, and my best bet of the day. We will start with the NBA Finals. Game number 2 in the books, with the Suns coming out on top by a score of 118 to 108 to take a 2-0 series lead in this best of 7. Devin Booker had 31 points. For Phoenix, Giannis Antetokounmpo had 42 and 12. For Milwaukee, as Giannis just couldn't do it by himself. And I think that Sunday night in Milwaukee is going to be a frenzy. Just like Phoenix was a frenzy, I think Milwaukee will be a frenzy too. They're actually favored in this game. My projections say Suns 1.5, total 226.5, and it is Bucks 4, total 221.5. I'm going over again. I think the Bucks probably win Game 3 because it's home and that arena's going to go nuts. But I'm going to go over 221.5 for my pick for game number 3 between the Suns and the Bucks. All right, now we'll do Major League Baseball. We will go over the games from yesterday, and we will look ahead to today and the weekend. Dodgers over to Marlins, 6-1. Dodgers, 54-34. Miami, 38-48. Astros over to the... Or all the way around. Athletics over the Astros 2-1. Oakland 50-39. Houston 54-34. Rocks over the D-backs 9-3. The Rocks are 38-50. Arizona 25-64. Mariners over the Yankees 4-0. Yanks dropped to 44-42. Seattle's 46-42. Indians over the Royals 7-40. Indians are 43-42. KC is 36-51. Phils over the Cubs, 8-0. Phils are 42-43. The Cubs are 43-45. Brewers over the Reds, 5-3. Milwaukee's 53-36. Cincinnati's 45-42. Twins over the Tigers, 5-3. The Twins are 36-50. Detroit is 40-48. And the Padres come back to beat the Nationals 9-8 after being down 8-0 as they win on a walk-off single by Trent Grisham. As the Padres are 52-38, Washington's 42-44. So the worst loss of the night, and probably one of the worst losses any team's had all season, was this Nationals losing at San Diego, blowing the 8-0 lead. Blues-Orioles postponed makeup date September 11th. Pirates-Mets postponed makeup date July 10th. So that's Saturday. I think my best bet was... It was an over. I forget what game it was in. And looked like it was a winner, too. Let's see. It was the over 7 in Nats Padres. So I won best bet. And literally both teams did it by themselves combined. All right, now looking at to today at 2:20 of the Cardinals and the Cubs from Wrigley. Wade LeBlanc and Kyle Hendricks. The Cubs are minus 166. The Cards are plus 140 over under 8. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Cardinals plus 1/2 is minus 162. Cubs minus 1/2 is plus 126. Going over 8 minus 115. Cubs have been an over team lately. 7 o'clock, White Sox Orioles. Dallas Keuchel and Jorge Lopez. White Sox minus 146. Orioles plus 124 over under 10.5. Overs minus 115. Unders minus 105. Chicago minus 1/2 is plus 104. Orioles plus 1/2 is minus 125. I'm going White Sox run line minus 1/2 plus 104. Braves Marlins, Charlie Morton and Zach Thompson. Braves are minus 130. Miami's plus 110. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 112. Unders minus 108. Atlanta minus 1/2 is plus 132. Miami plus 1/2 is minus 160. I'm going to go over 7.5. I think that's a low total. And I can see bullpens giving up runs. Royals, Indians, Brad Keller and Tristan McKenzie. Indians minus 146, Royals plus 124, over under 9.5. Overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Royals plus 1.5 is minus 154. Indians minus 1.5 is plus 128. I'm going over 9.5 minus 118. Phillies, Red Sox. Vince Velasquez and Garrett Richards. Red Sox minus 126. Phillies plus 108. Over under 11. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Phillies plus 1.5 is minus 164. Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 136. I'm going over 11 minus 105. Pirates, Mets. JT Brubaker and Taijuan Walker. Mets minus 190. Pirates plus 160. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 114. Unders minus 106. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 134. Mets minus 1.5 is plus 112. I'm going Mets minus 1.5 at plus 112 for the pick. Blue Jays, Rays. Alek Manoah and Shane McClanahan. Where's this game? I don't see it on the board, which is weird, but if the total is less than 9, I'll take the over. 8 o'clock, A's Rangers, Cole Irvin and Jordan Lyles. A's minus 136, Rangers plus 116, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Oakland minus 1.5 is plus 118. Texas plus 1.5 is minus 142. I'm going over 9, minus 110. Reds, Brewers, Wade Miley and Eric Lauer. Brewers minus 120, Reds plus 102, over under 9, overs minus 102, unders minus 120. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 225, Brewers minus 1.5 is plus 180. Wade Miley hasn't been bad this year, so I'm actually going to take a shot here at the Reds, plus 102 as a dog at Milwaukee. Tigers, Twins, Matt Manning and Kenta Maeda. Twins minus 240, Tigers plus 198, over under 9.5. Overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Tigers plus 1.5 is plus 102. Twins minus 1.5 is minus 122. I'm going over 9.5, minus 105. Yankees, Astros, Nestor Cortez and Jake Odorizzi. The Astros are minus 146. The Yanks are plus 124, over under 9. Overs minus 118, or minus 115, unders minus 105. Yankees plus 1.5 is minus 162. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 134. Because of the futility of the Yankee offense, I'm going under 9, minus 105. 9:45, Nats, Giants. Paolo Espino and Logan Webb. Giants minus 168, Nats plus 142, over under 9, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 138, Giants minus 1.5 is plus 115. I'm going with the Nationals as a sizable road dog at plus 142. Angels, Mariners. Alex Cobb and Marco Gonzalez. Angels minus 126, Seattle plus 108, over under 8.5. Overs minus 120, unders minus 102. Angels plus 1, minus 1.5 is plus 122. Mariners plus 1.5 is minus 148. Or minus 146, my bad. I'm going juiced over minus 8.5. Or over 8.5 at minus 120. The Diamondbacks and the Dodgers. Taylor Widener and David Price. So David Price getting a start for the Dodgers, who are minus 235. D-backs are plus 194, over under 8.5. Overs minus 114, unders minus 106. D-backs plus 1.5 is even money. Dodgers minus 1.5 is minus 125. D-backs plus 1.5 is just went to plus 104. I'm going over 8.5, minus 110. I think that there's going to be some runs scored in this game. And the Rockies and the Padres. Kyle Freeland and Blake Snell, it looks like. Padres minus 235. Rocks plus 194. Over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 113. Padres minus 1.5 is minus 106. I'm going over 8.5, minus 110. That is a no-brainer to me as a pick for this spot. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Blue Jays, Rays. Ross Stripling, Ryan Yarbrough, 2:10 or 2 o'clock, Detroit, Minnesota. We don't know who's going for Detroit, and Bailey Ober's going for Minnie. 4 o'clock, White Sox O's, Lucas Giolito and Tommy Eshelman. Fox Sports 1, A's Rangers, James Kaprielian and Mike Foltynewicz. Nats Giants, John Lester, Anthony DeSclafani. Braves Marlins, Max Fried and Trevor Rogers. Phillies Red Sox, Matt Moore and Martin Perez. Doubleheader Game 1, Pirates Mets, Tyler Anderson and Marcus Stroman. 6 o'clock, Royals Indians, Mike Minor and Eli Morgan. Doubleheader Game 2, Pirates Mets. We don't know who's going for Pittsburgh and Tyler McGill's going for New York. Fox at 7:15, Vlad Guerrero's and Freddie Peralta for Reds Brewers. Yanks Stros, Garrett Cole and Zach Greinke, so Garrett Cole's return to Houston. If the Yankees are a dog in that game, look out. That either means good value or Vegas new. Cards Cubs, Kwang Hyun Kim and Zach Davies. That's also on Fox. 10 o'clock, Angels Mariners, Patrick Sandoval, Chris Flexen. D-backs Dodgers, Caleb Smith and Walker Buehler. And Rocks Padres, Herman Marquez and Joe Musgrove. Sunday, 1 o'clock, White Sox Orioles, Dylan Cease and Spencer Watkins. Braves Marlins, Ian Anderson and Pablo Lopez. Royals Indians, Chris Bubick and Cal Quantrill. Phillies Red Sox, Aaron Nola and Nick Pivetta. Pirates Mets, Chase Young and we know who's going for New York. Blue Jays Rays, Robbie Ray and Rich Hill. 2 o'clock, Reds Brewers, Luis Castillo, Brandon Woodruff. Tigers Twins, Willie Peralta, Jose Barrios. On CBS, Yankees Astros, Jameson Taillon and Framber Valdez. 2:20, Cardinals Cubs, Adam Wainwright and Trevor Williams. 2:30, A's Rangers, Chris Bassett and Colby Howard. 4 o'clock, Nats Giants, Eric Feed and Kevin Gossman. Angels Mariners, Jose Suarez and Mino going for Seattle. Diamondbacks Dodgers, Merrill Kelly and Tony Gonsolin. And then Rocks Padres, John Gray and Ryan Weather. So no Sunday Night Baseball this week. In theory, you would have thought Cards, Cubs, or Yankees, Stros. But I wonder if it's due to the NBA Finals and they don't want like a ratings battle. But they had baseball on against the Finals each Tuesday and Thursday. I think it has to do with the NBA Finals being on, if you ask me. All right, now we'll talk WNBA. They did not play last night. And there is a good slate tonight. 7 o'clock, CBS Sports Hour, Commissioner's Cup, Dream Sun. Probably the Sun at home, you would think. 10 o'clock, NBA TV, Liberty Fever. You think this is a good opportunity for the Liberty to get going here a little bit. 9 o'clock, ESPN, Commissioner's Cup, Storm Mercury, got to go with Seattle. They're just on fire. And 10:30, Commissioner's Cup, Lynx Aces. That's a great game. I think Vegas bounces back and wins at home. Saturday, 8 o'clock on Prime Video, Commissioner's Cup, Mystic Sky. We go with Washington on the road. Tina Charles is playing out of her mind. And Sunday, loaded slate. And I mean loaded. 1 o'clock, ABC, Aces Wings. I'm going to say Aces on the road. 2 o'clock, Commissioner's Cup, Sun Liberty. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to go with Connecticut on the road. 5 o'clock on Facebook, Fever Dream. It's also a Commissioner's Cup game. The Dream should win that at home. 6 o'clock, CBS Sports Hour, Commissioner's Cup, Mercury Storm. I think that's Seattle too. And then 9 o'clock, you have the Lynx and the Sparks, Commissioner's Cup. Both say that the Lynx pull that one out on the road. All right, now we will do a preview on the UEFA final, which will take place on Sunday afternoon between England and Italy on ESPN. I think it's going to be a great game. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, Italy comes from Group A. And England comes from Group D. And England's a plus 155 favorite Italy is 2-1. The draw is plus 190. This is a tough call. Italy's been on a great run here. England is probably the best team. And Italy's just been pure dominant as England hosts a game at Wembley Stadium. I think that's the difference. I think the fans will be there for them. I'm going to take the plus 155 with England against Italy, although Italy at 2-1 is pretty good. So, won't be surprised who wins, but I'm going to go England plus 155 to win the 2020 UEFA European Championship. All right, now I'm going to do some tennis, as I will go over the results from yesterday in the Wimbledon for the women's semifinal. And then we'll look ahead to the men's semifinal, which is going on right now. 8-seeded Carolina Pliskova upsets 2-seeded Ariana Sablenka in 3 sets, which I predicted. And 1-seeded Ashley Barty over 5-seeded Angelique Kerber in 2 sets. Going on right now, your semifinal in the men's. Matteo Berrettini and Hubert Hurkacz, your 7 versus 14. I'm going to go Berrettini in 3. And then coming up at 10:30, you have Novak Djokovic, your 1 seed against Denis Shapovalov. I'll go Djokovic in 3. Actually, I'll go Berrettini in 4. Because I had women's in my head, guys. I apologize. So I'm going to say the men's final will be Berrettini and Djokovic. And I'm going to say Djokovic cruises his way in 4 sets over Matteo Berrettini to win the men's side of the Wimbledon. And then the women's final is tomorrow between Ashley Barty and Carolina Pliskova. Barty's minus 255. Pliskova's plus 205. And in set betting, I'm going to go Barty 2-1 and plus 250. I like the price. I can see Pliskova winning a round, so I'm going to go Ashley Barty in 3 at plus 250. And I'll tweet out my men's pick because obviously the men's final will be Sunday. We don't know who that will be just yet. All right, now I'm going to look at the current leaderboard at the John Deere Classic. It's been an interesting tournament thus far. And there's a nice tie at the top between Sebastian Munoz and Chasen Headley at 8 under. Tied for third with 7 under, Cesar V, Camilo Vegas, and Hank Labodia. Tied for 6 with 6 under, you have Jonathan Vegas and Ryan Moore. Tied for 8th with 5 under, Luke List, Cam Champ, Kevin Tway, with Adam Schenk and Michael Gellerman. A big tie for 13th at 4 under, Cam Davis, Sam Ryder, Bronson Bugaroon, Kevin Na, Kyle Stanley, Sung Hoon Kang, Harold Varner III, Doug Gibb, Alex Smalley, Nate Taylor, Brandon Hagee, Patrick Rogers, Fabian Gomez, and Chris Baker. Another big tie for 28th at 3 under, Dylan Fratelli, DJ Tran, Chase Seifert, Sun Jae Im, Pat Perez, Scott Harrington, Kevin Mitchell, Sanjay M, Jim Herman. I had Joaquin Neiman in my head. Sorry, guys. Mike Thompson, Seamus Power, Lucas Glover, Will Gordon, Scott Stallings, John Huh, Richie Wierenski, C.T. Pond, Zach Johnson, Daniel Berger, Henrik Norlander, J.J. Spawn, Martine Laird, and Wes Roach. Another big tie at 53 with 2 under. Now I'm just going to go through notables. Danny Lee, Doc Redman, Matthew Neesmith, and Rob Oppenheim. Tied for 77th with 1 under, Alex Loren, Henry Higgs, Steve Stricker, Bo Hogg, Adam Putnam, Adam Landry, Rafa Cabrera-Bello, Sepp Straka, Keith Hickok, Dylan McCarthy. Tied for 103rd at even, Charles Howell III, Maverick McNeely, Bryce Garnett, Robbie Shelton. Tied for 128th with 2 over, Bo Van Pelt, JT Potson. Tied for 145th with 4 over, Tyler Duncan. And that's really it among notables. And Siwoo Kim, unfortunately, withdrew. All right, now we were going to do NASCAR. I do not see the starting lineup for the Truck Series race at Knoxville, which is tonight at 9 o'clock. But we have the starting lineup for Xfinity and Cup, which is odd. So I'm just going to go through the odds on DraftKings for the Truck Series for tonight, which is the Corn Belt 150. Donnie Schatz is a 7-1 favorite. Chase Briscoe's 8-1. Sheldon Creed's 8-1. Brian Brown's 9-1. Matt Crafton's 10-1. So is Grant Effinger. 12-1 is Stuart Friesman, John H. Nemechek, and Zane Smith. 14-1. Ben Rhodes, Chandler Smith, and any other driver. The all-important any other driver. Todd Gilliland's 20-1. At 25-1, Haley Deegan and Derek Krause. 28-1, Brett Moffitt. 33-1, Austin Hill. Carson Hosfar, Parker Price Miller's 35-1. Tyler Ankram's 40-1. Josh Berry, 66-1. At 125-1, you got Johnny Sauter, Ryan Truex, and then 150-1, Michael Annette and Devin Rose. My pick for this race will be Ben Rhodes at 14-1. Just got a feeling here about Ben Rhodes in tonight's race. All right, starting lineup for Nashville for Xfinity. Kyle Busch is on the pole. And you got Daniel Hemrick, A.J. Allmendinger, Austin Cindric, Harrison Burton, Michael Annette, Justin Haley, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gragson, Riley Herbst rounding out the top 10. Then Jed Burton, Brandon Brown, Brandon Jones, Tommy Joe Martins, Matt Snyder, Ryan Sieg, Alex Lab, Josh Williams, Jeremy Clements, Brett Moffitt, Landon Castle, Sam Meyer, Mason Massey, Matt Mills, Santino Ferrucci, Carson Ware, Jay Buford, Josh Berry, Ronnie Bassett Jr., Ty Dillon, Jesse Little, Ryan Vargas, Joe Graff Jr., C.J. McLaughlin, David Starr, Colby Howard, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Kyle Weatherman, Bailey Curry, and Greg Gaulding. Timmy Hill did not qualify. For this race, for the Credit Karma Money 250 on Saturday afternoon, I will be going with Noah Gragson, 14-1 to win this race. All right, starting lineup for Cup. Chase Elliott on the pole. And then Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Chris Bell, Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Larson, Tyler Riddick, Kurt Busch, Ross Chastain, Joey Logano. That rounds out your top 10. Chase Briscoe, Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Dillon, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, Chris Boucher, William Byron, Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones, Cole Custer, Bubba Wallace, Michael McDowell, Corey LaJoie, Daniel Suarez, Justin Haley, Ryan Newman, Josh Bilicki, Cody Ware, Anthony Alfredo, Bailey Curry, Ryan Preece, Quinn Houff, BJ McLeod, and Garrett Smithley. This is the Quaker State 400. And my pick to win this race at 16-1, Joey Logano. I think Joey Logano is due. I think that he's somebody that is going to put on a show. So let's go with Joey Logano at 16-1 to win the Quaker State 400. All right, news and notes time. There are some things that I'd like to go over. A reliever, Daniel Camara, hit a grand slam off of Max Scherzer. I don't think anybody saw that coming. That was a big part of the Padres' comeback last night. I just wanted to mention that. Brad Miller of the Phillies had a 3-homer game. That's the first Phillies player since 2008 to hit 3 homers in a game. And if you asked me who that player was, I would say Ryan Howard. George Springer makes fan for life by telling a young fan, always do your best, which is nice. Devin Booker says win at all costs. He says it's a 0-0 mindset going into Game 3. Every game is a Game 7. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar says Bucks in 6, as the Bucks legend has confidence in the Bucks and wishes them luck with a video message. Clippers owner Steve Ballmer hits a $10 billion net worth, becoming the 9th person to reach that milestone, according to Bloomberg. Fans banned from the Olympics due to a spike in new COVID-19 cases in Japan, as Tokyo is under a state of an emergency. Conor McGregor, I'm going to kill this man, as he answers Ocho Cinco's question on if he's a lock this weekend against Dustin Poirier. And, by the way, McGregor is a dog, plus 105, and Poirier's minus 134. I bet on McGregor. I'm taking that. I'm taking McGregor. I don't get why he's a dog here. McGregor's a stud. I can't believe he's a dog. It's crazy. Steven Stamkos partied all night. No sleep when you go back to back, he says. And Nikita Kucherov thanked Igor Laranov as he FaceTimed the Hall of Famer after winning the Cup. You're my idol. Thank you. The Cup final ice wet and beer, as ice shavings taken from Tampa's Amalie Arena will be used in limited edition championship ice Coors Light cans. The front runner for the Orlando head coaching job is Jamal Mosley, the Mavericks assistant. So let's see if he gets that job or not. Damian Lillard says that trade rumors, not for me. Nobody's heard me say anything of those things, he says. All right, is the media lying or is Dame lying is the question. Damian Lillard is also wearing number 6 for Team USA. 6 picks, 6-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, and 6 years ago was the last time I was with USA Basketball. So, those are appropriate reasons. 3 USA select team players out. Emmanuel Quickly, P.J. Washington, Miles Bridges, due to COVID-19 protocols. All young players on Charlotte and New York, respectively. And they're also missing Isaiah Stewart, who sprains his ankle as the Pistons big man hurt his ankle while playing for the select team in a scrimmage against Team USA today. Trevor Bauer's leave extended 7 days, effective today. The Mets in on second baseman Adam Frazier of Pittsburgh. They're one of the teams looking at the Pirates All-Star second baseman. And Kill Harry's trade value is low and will be worth a conditional 6th-round pick in a potential trade, which is awful. Nikita Kucherov, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but he played through a rib injury, a fractured rib, after that cross-check from Scott Mayfield of the Islanders. Jose Altuve skipping the All-Star game due to a leg injury, so we'll see who's the replacement. The Cavaliers are eyeing a trade up to number 1, is they're definitely looking into trade with Detroit for a chance to draft Cade Cunningham, which makes zero sense. They already have 2 guards, which would they trade one of those guards to Detroit in a possible trade? Maybe. There are teams calling for Panthers goalie and pending UFA Chris Drieger, and he could have his rights traded before free agency. That's a fascinating situation that we got to keep our eye on in Florida, because they also have Spencer Knight as their goalie of the future, and they also have Sergei Bobrovsky, who they overpaid a couple of summers ago. All right, last but not least, my best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. This is a no-brainer for me. It's over 8.5 in the Rockies-Padres game. Baseball overs have been my hotspot of late. Cal Freeland has not been good this year. Blake Snell really hasn't been that great this year either. So I think it's a no-brainer, over 8.5. I'm going to do a couple units on this. So I'm going to do a unit and a half on over 8.5 between the Rockies and the Padres tonight. All right, so there you have it for Best Bet. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend. And also be back maybe Sunday morning or late Saturday night, or maybe early Saturday morning with a final MLB mock draft show. So keep an eye out for that as well. So I hope you guys have a great weekend, everyone.